Assalamu alaikum. Hi, Oracle, Reiki spiritual healer, and today I'm talking to you about faith. So when you have faith, then all doubt is put to rest. I've had people come around me and say, well, I just can't do this because my mom said that I can't do it, or my dad said that I'll never be nothing. And I usually, tell them this funny story, with myself and my first husband. And one day, my first husband was who he was, and I can't change that. But the police came to our house, and my first husband was looking like he was scared, and I said, what I'm saying, no, we not doing all that because, while you was doing it, everything was okay. It's going to be okay right now. Open the door and let him in. He he was looking like, okay, because he was in fear. He was in doubt because he know that he was on the radar. See, but if you're gonna do something, then you need to know the ins and outs. And the first thing that you know is that you're being positive. A lot of times people do negative things or things that they shouldn't do, and they don't have a positive outlook on life. They use money in the wrong ways. And so when they came in and they was looking around, and the only thing that they can say is, sir, you need to make sure that you feed your pit bull, because little did he know I saw them coming. So I took everything and I hid everything really well for him. And after that, like I said, I couldn't stay with that brother, because anytime that you have a person in your life and you see that kind of fear, then they haven't planned for the future. They're ready to be subdued by whatever forces come at them. Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm not ready to be subdued like that. I'm not going to be subdued like that. So we have to be very careful about living in fear, because it creates a vacuum in our soul that keeps us stagnant, that keeps us in the malignant energy and everybody around us. Usually me, myself, I get away from negative people, negative things. I got away from, my first husband because he was negative. There is no such thing as, living in fear and not having faith about something that is positive, that will move you into your future, that will move you into a more peaceful, positive future mindset, community. We have to be very careful about not being positive and living in doubt. When you're living in doubt, then you're giving the entity your power. You're giving them the power of, your ancestors and your future and your kids. And right now, you're giving away your power. The only way that this life can be cleansed of negative energy, diabolical energy, diabolical people, is to have faith that we as a community can change it. We as a people, we as one person can change it. God will not change the condition of a people until they change themselves. So if we got men around us that's living in fear, that don't want to change that situation, that want to be a part of this entity, then you need to be careful about that person that's in your life. Even if it's your husband, even whoever it is that's in your life, even if it's your father or your children, you need to move away from that person, because that person will sell you out to the entity. to have a seat at their table. We're no longer having a seat with the entity. It's our time now. It's our time to be unified. We must come together. And anybody who doesn't want to be in a unified nation, a unified community with like-minded people, then they have already sold their soul to the entity, and that it will be a problem for you to even join in any movement, in anything that a person that has faith. The truth, it will be a disaster for anybody who doubts to come into submission, and their mind and their heart isn't on one accord. So after we are having a conversation of what to do, how to move about in having faith, how to heal it. Having faith is to trust in God, trust in the unseen. But know that he's going to provide just like he provides for the birds. Having faith means having no fear. It means having no doubt. Standing and knowing that the situation will change as we change it ourselves together in one unified movement. Hear me, and hear me well. The only way that we can change our condition as a people is to become unified and have faith. Stop living in doubt and saying that somebody isn't going to let you do something. If I listened to what people told me that I could not do, I would have never made $200,000, the first year as a candy lady. I would have never quit my job. I would still be subservient to this entity and the people that serve them. I wouldn't have never made it out of the system alive with my mind and my body and my heart intact. So you have to have the faith of a mustard seed, just like I did. Just like our ancestors did. Just like we still do. We have one chance to make this work, and that's if we come together with one mind, one body, one love, under faith and love of God. I'm High Oracle Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.